Yo, everyone, welcome to Connect Esports. Tonight we're doing a Valorant tournament. Very exciting game. It's a 5v5 game where teams need to be on offense and defense and attack and defend and plant a bomb. So, very excited. We're going to jump in. Once we get into the game, we're gonna roll through some of the gameplay, how it's played. A little bit about Connect Esports. We're in downtown Dayton, right here in the Wheelhouse, the Oregon district. We've got 20 computers, 8 Xboxes, and a Nintendo Switch full of over 30 games on the computers, 20 on the Xboxes, and about 12 on the Switch. So we do computer and game console rental by the hour, and we do parties and work events and everything. It's great. So let's, you know what, Valorant tonight, we did an interview with one of the players that's going to be playing tonight. So I think we should probably cut over and see that interview first, see how he's doing.
All right, hi, my name's Ethan, and I love Connect Esports. This place is awesome, and I play Valorant. I'm a streamer, and we started a YouTube channel called What's Poppin', and I have a group of like 8 people, and they're super cool. We had like an interview process and everything, and just love playing video games and streaming and trying to make some cool stuff with people. So
Hey, very good, nice. Hey, happy to have you here. So how'd you hear about Connect Esports?
Well, actually, I found out about you guys via the interwebs. I was doing media stuff for running Instagram page for New Challenger Arcade, and then heard about you guys online and just staying involved in the gaming community and stuff like that. I'm super into the downtown area, so it was super sweet to see that you guys were opening up in the Oregon district of all places.
Yeah.
And you guys are close, so and you guys and came first day and really enjoyed the atmosphere here. So
Right on. Awesome. Thanks. So you're what's your favorite video game?
Well, I mean, I really like Sea of Thieves. I mean, that was the first thing I played when I came here to stream for you guys. And I just like that because you can kind of create the adventure with your friends and stuff like that, and it's not necessarily like it has to be this. Like my second favorite is Valorant, and that's like competitive, and I'm not a super competitive player, but like I think it's fun just to do it with friends, party game and stuff. So.
Yeah, definitely. Right on. No, those are both great games. So how long have you been gaming?
I mean, I've been playing. I mean, I wouldn't really even count it as gaming, but like I used to play like on the PS3 when it first came out. We played. I would play like Skylanders. I'd play Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Those were like the 2 games that I loved.
Yeah. Very good. All right, if you could be any video game character,
Oh god.
who would you be?
Dude, probably Starkiller from Force Unleashed.
Hey, you didn't have to think about that.
I didn't know. I didn't have to think about that because he just had. I mean, he had like the coolest Force abilities. They did really good with like the animations in that game, so he looked awesome when he was using the Force. It was so cool.
That could be you. All right, so we've got a Valorant tournament tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So, how'd you find out? Who's your team? How'd you meet those guys?
Well, those buddies over there, my brother Aiden and both my brothers Aiden and Logan, they have a group that they would go to No Limit Gaming over by Marshall and Stroop, where they intersect, and they would go and do Smash Bros tournaments. They would do Yu-Gi-Oh. Shout out to No Limit, by the way, because they're just people over there. But they would go there and they'd meet, and a lot of them don't have cell phones. A lot of them barely knew each other, but they just they always would be there on time, and they would always go to the Limit Gaming and be there with their friends and play games and do all this stuff. And they're just a really solid group of people to be around, and I think they're the choice for tonight. So
Hey, that's good. It's good to have a solid group of people as your teammates in a match when we got some cash prizes on the line. So.
Yeah.
Hey, so how do you guys think you're going to do tonight?
Oh Lord, dude. I mean, this is like our first tournament ever, anything like competitive that's like, semi. I mean, it's real. It's a real tournament. So it's like, I don't know. I think we'll do all right. I think we'll get halfway.
Hey, very good, man. Well, Ethan, it's been awesome to have you for this interview, and good luck tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, man.
All right, thanks. Take it easy. Yeah, so that was Ethan Minor Goop from Team Blood Rose. So they're going to be playing next. The first game is just starting, but let's go ahead and check out what the tournament looks like. Very good. All right, so group stage first. We've got 3 teams. They're all going to play each other. We've got Ramen Stew versus Millennial Falcons. It's going on probably right now. We're going to jump in a second. After that, we're going to watch Millennial Falcons versus Blood Rose, and then Blood Rose versus Ramen Stew. So we're going to take the top 2 out of that rumble, and then if for some reason there's a tie, we're going to go by round wins of the losing team, like how badly they were beaten, and then that'll determine the top 2 out of these 3 teams. Then we'll have those guys play, and that'll determine a champion. So are we able to jump into the first game? In the loading screen. Okay, cool. So let's roll through some of the. We got $75 on the line, and this is 3 teams right here that were, gracious enough to jump out and say, hey, we want to do this for you guys and do a quick tournament. So in the future, we're going to have much larger leagues, much larger tournaments. We just started in November, so anyone that reaches out to any friends that know anything about video games, tell them about Connect Esports because it's the coolest thing in town. But yeah, so right now we just got done with the check-in stage, 6 o'clock. The first game's getting ready to start, and then we'll do 6:45 and 7:30 with the finals at 8:15. So it sounds like we are in. All right, so the buy phase is what's occurring now, and this is round 1. So each team does not have a bunch of money in the beginning, and then you earn money by getting kills through the game of Valorant. If you die and don't get any kills, you kind of lose your economy, your amount of money. So you can't buy as good of weapons. And in addition to weapons that you can buy, like shotguns and machine guns, you can actually buy armor as well, and you can also buy abilities. So each champion has different abilities, and teammates have to work together with these abilities to try and push to the other side of the map and either arm a bomb or defend their side of the map and disable a bomb or prevent it from being armed. So right now in front of us, we've got Sage. The opponent's Sage has put this green and blue wall up, and the team's going to try and blast through and use their abilities, get some utility down. Spike carrier is down. Several people are down. We've only got, it's 2v2 right now. Last player standing. So it's a 2v1 right now, and we are watching the last player on the green team right now.
1 enemy remaining.
So that headshot. All right, great headshot. 1-1. Bomb is being planted. Fake plant. Peeking around the side of the box. And there's a headshot. Look at that clutch.
Oh wow, you guys suck.
All right, so do we know the team names? The green team is and the red team? Do you know them? So you can say it on the mic.
Yeah, so the green team is Ramen Stew versus Millennial Falcons on the red team.
Excellent. Thank you very much. So Ramen Stew green team, Millennial Falcons on the red team. All right, so this is round 2 right now, and Ramen Stew won that first one, so they do have a little bit of extra cash. So they probably bought up some weapons a little bit, and are going to try and use that to their advantage to keep the economy lead and build some momentum here. So we already have 2 players down, 2 players down on Millennial Falcons, and we've got full strength on Ramen Stew. So they're looking pretty good. Only 2 people left to eliminate. They're in a pretty good spot here. Winning that first round gave them an economy advantage. We did lose one on Ramen Stew, so it's now 4v2. And this is where you got to be a little bit sneaky because if you're defending, you only have 2 people left. You're just holding corners, right? And if you're on offense, you can't really blind walk any corner. You got to assume that someone's got the angle on you. And they're
last player standing.
Ooh, almost a headshot. Very close with the deagle. And a 1v4. This would be insane here if we could pull this off.
30 seconds left.
Only 30 seconds left. So Ramen Stew still knows they aren't being super aggressive, and they win. Defenders win. All right, so the buy phase again. The defending team, they just have to kind of hold their angles, and then the red team, the offense, has to push in and plant the bomb, right? So a little bit more difficult for these guys, but they can group together as 5 and just rush one of the sites. On the map, you can see there's A and B. There's 2 spots that you can plant the bomb. So if you're the defending team, you don't know which side the offense is going to go, so you don't actually know where to stack all your people, so you kind of spread out. So that's the dynamic of this game, is really communicating and trying to work together to use your abilities and your just skill at the game, eliminating people. Just like that,
Get
elimination.
out of my way.
To get through the map and get your bomb down, or hold the corners and prevent an arm. So we got 4-3 here, only 3 defenders left.
You're nothing.
3-3, tie, that was a good shot.
Feeling
Gonna get some, well, a little trade, some bullet trades right there.
Cutting their
Little
vision.
corridor right here where we're, both teams are
Last
just shooting
player
right
standing.
down. Man, only 1 left for the defense. So 3 people on the offense. One of them has the bomb. Likely will be planting soon. As the 1 member left will have to clutch if they want to win this round. So audio is very important in this game. You can sometimes not hear the footsteps, and you can sometimes hear the footsteps. When people are, you know, holding shit, they will walk slowly, and they won't be very loud. So you cannot hear their footsteps if you're an opponent. But if you're running, you can hear through the walls. You can get a good idea where people are. So the bomb has been planted. So now it's up to the 1 defender to either eliminate everybody. Okay, the attackers won. They took him down. So with that now, the attackers, they were about to be in a bad spot if they went down 0-3 economy-wise. So that's a nice boost in economy for them. And we should have a pretty even match here. Both teams should be able to buy similar weapons. Mayor, what do you think about what you've seen so far? Do you think Ramen Stew or maybe Millennial? Who do you think is going to take this one?
Definitely ramen stew.
And what makes you think that?
Because I like ramen.
Well, you heard it right there. The Millennial, it's a pretty good play on a copyrighted movie franchise I'm not supposed to mention. Alright, so 1 defender already down, but 1 attacker already down as well. We got 4-4. More utility too. So some people have lots of bullets fired. Some people have very supportive
player
utility.
standing.
And just like that, we've only got 1 defender left. That was quick. A 4v1 here. Some players have, like I was saying, utility that is more of a supportive type of utility, like healing or like a smoke screen. And then some people have very offensive utilities where they do more damage, or they'll stun people, right? And you can't really have a team full of damage people or full of healers. It's just you gotta kind of have a good balance of both, so you can make it happen.
I'm pretty sure that it switches between red and blue, or I said it wrong the last time. Of what team is red and blue?
Oh, red and green?
Yeah.
Well, we could look it up real quick. We got Jack Jablonski on the red team here, and Chicken 0391. Is that? Do you have any
Correct.
other?
Now red is ramen stew, so I'm pretty sure they switch.
Oh, they'll switch after the midway point. So they're going to be the same colors for 13 or 12 rounds, and then they're going to switch sides. So then, which team is the green team? Millennial Falcons is the green team. All right. So flip it. Millennial Falcons is the green team, and the red team is Ramen Stew. So 2-2, everyone, and we're looking at 4 seconds until this starts. A tied up match here. All right, we got 5 strong running in from. We're on the green team now. So Millennial Falcons, those. Oh, 1 goes down already from the defense. Nice headshot here. This is the big boy handgun. 1 shot to the head takes you down. So that was an ult by Sage. So her ultimate is that she can take someone who's dead in the round and bring her back, which is awesome. But it takes a while to earn the points required to do that. So you can't do it every round, you can do it sparingly. And look at that. it worked in their favor. They were able to get a thrifty and come back and win that round. All right, so buy phase again. 3-round wins to Millennial, and 2-round wins to the attacking Ramen.
You fought.
All right, so popping some bullets down the alley here. We're watching Millennial right here on defense. They're playing a little bit tight because they're down a person. It is 4-3. Ooh, now they're down 2-4. 4 people on the attackers, and if they're able to plant here and hold this one, they're gonna make it a 3-3.
Spike planted.
Wall goes
Last
up.
player standing.
Look at that. Brimstone's the only one left on Millennial Falcons. He would have to take out 4 members and disable the bomb. Let's see if he can do it. So a tough corner here. So another thing you can do in this game too, if you've got a weapon that you like and you're looking at a 4-person onslaught you'd have to walk into, you don't have to run out and just go for it. You can kind of hide, and you can keep your weapon for the next round, because if you die, you have to rebuy, right? So the attackers won this round, so now 3-3, and the defender, if he lives, if Brimstone lives, he takes his weapon and his armor to the next round, unless he's taking some damage, then he's gonna have to buy more armor. But you know, economy is so important in this game. You'd have to buy pistols if you spend all the money and waste all your money. But you know, people that can buy the nice weapons really get a good advantage.
This is gonna be fun. Quiet.
All right, Mayor. So we're all tied up 3-3. Your Team Ramen they're making a comeback here. The red team, Team Ramen.
Lock in sight.
And those are quick eliminations here for Ramen. So Millennial only has 2 people left. Looks like they're planting also.
Spike planted.
So the spike is planted. Now the 2 members on Millennial Falcons have to hope the next move.
Last
One of them
player
dies.
standing.
Oh, last player standing here.
Enemy down.
All right, there's 1, 2. Walk around the corner here. Let's see what happens. Got a slow, ice slow. Oh man, they're so close. Oh, they were just looking at the right spot. Let's see if they get
One
it.
enemy remaining.
3, all right, 1 left. That's 3 kills. Looks like a fake on the bomb. Try and draw out the last person. They're all behind him though, and there they go. What a great effort by Millennial Falcons there. So, if anything, yeah, they lost the round, but that was a good near team wipe right there, where they're about to lose a very economic. They're going to be put pretty far behind economically if they couldn't wipe those guys down. So only 1 member of Ramen able to keep their weapon and not rebuy.
Embarrass them.
Embarrassing.
Stealing sight.
They're walking out into the middle here. Gonna try and scout out. So location revealed. Some of the utility, like I was mentioning before, some of them actually give sight of areas, so you can not just blindly walk around corners, which is what that was that we just saw. So that was a great round, near comeback from Millennial Falcons, and now in the next round they're showing that they're riding the momentum. As they're up 1 player, they were up 2 players. Ooh, now it's 3-3.
Get out of my way!
So we'll see what
You will not kill my allies!
Ramen's on the lane, so they don't have to be too aggressive, but 50 seconds left. They definitely have time to slow play this and not make any rash decisions. Yeah, 3-3. Now it's 3-3. Okay. So the bomb's still in the hands of Ramen, and looks like it's being planted right now.
Planted.
There it is.
Open up the sky!
There's the ult from Brimstone. Ooh.
One enemy remaining.
1 enemy remaining.
Last player
Reloading.
standing.
1-1. And there's a clutch. Look at that. Team Ramen. So they walk in there, get the bomb down, eliminate everybody. It was a good round.
Wall raised.
All right, hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it. Ooh, that's weird.
All right, so the guy we just interviewed, Ethan, actually jumped up here because his match isn't up yet, and we're gonna get some of his insight on his opponents. What do you think about what you're seeing so far?
Dude, this is match.
It is crazy.
It's so cool to see like the mesh of like skill sets.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing it's not super one-sided. We actually saw Millennial came out strong in the beginning, and now Ramen has taken the lead 5-3. And in this round,
Last player
Millennial's doing
standing.
great. 4-1. Now it's 3-1.
No charges left.
There they go. Defenders win. All right, so they're crawling right back up, 4-5. So on this map, Ethan, do you think there is an advantage, or do you think it's pretty even, attacker versus defender?
I honestly, I think.
Really?
Just because, yeah, I think it's just they're more set up. Like they're put in a position. And I feel like when you're in the attack phase, just me personally, like I
Larry,
get very headstrong, so I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
all right, I'm going into this
Yeah.
like right now, like this is what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everyone's all bunched up right now, so they're just firing off some bullets here, some warning shots.
There's some of the certain walls you can shoot through. I don't know if that's one of them, but I know there's a few that like you can.
Yeah, trying to get some tags.
Yeah, there's the I think it's ice in A and B. They have like a zip line over to the top. You can shoot through those super thin walls where you plant the spike, but it's hard to do it because you can't see where they physically are.
Yeah.
I know this wall right here, this wall on the left there, you can actually shoot through that one. I get killed all the time
Yeah.
from people behind that
Yeah, that
corner.
one's transmissive, I guess,
Yeah.
right, with bullets. It's
Yep.
not 100% damage, though, right?
Right, I
But
don't
it
think
still
so, yeah.
carries damage over
For
it.
sure,
Yeah. All right, so we're looking at
30
two
seconds
members
left.
on the attacking team with 30 seconds to go, and now 2 members of the defense.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Bad time
Get
to
out
do
of my
that.
way.
Bad time to do that, indeed. All right, so we got a head-to-head here, and they're both the same champion. Oh, who did it better? Ramen did it.
The ramen. I saw that little taunt there at the end plant after
Cajun,
they
right?
went. Yeah.
Yeah, that was Cajun that nailed it.
Yep.
So this is a best of one. We're not doing best of threes because we don't want to take up everyone's time all night. It'd be kind of a while to do. So we're gonna do we're just gonna do best of ones in this stage, and then we're gonna do a best of one final. So the whole thing should take till about 9 o'clock, roughly 9 o'clock. So the winner of this round will have 1 point, and then there will be one more match afterward, or no, 2 more matches after this in the group stage, right? All 3 teams will play each other once, and then the top 2 in that group stage will advance and then just play each other again in the finals. So hopefully, it could even be these guys. They're having a really close match, but I think Ethan says hopefully not. Man, look at that. All right, so Ramen is looking a little bit tough right now as the attackers. They only have 3 members, and we have full strength on Millennial Falcons. And that's a good spot to be in. Full strength on defense, you know?
Yep, that's the best way to be, huh?
You don't have to push. I mean, you can maybe send one guy around, like loop around the back, right? Like see if he can.
Yeah.
But
that's what I like to do. I like to go through the order. But he's focused on the actual point for the most part.
All right, there's a dome shot.
30 seconds
All right,
left.
Chicken 0319. Let's see what you got. So it is only. Oh, look at that.
That was pretty good.
That was a great shot. 3-3 now. 15 seconds. Let's see if they can work together and get this bomb down.
Everyone hiding.
1 enemy remaining.
Wow. Look at that white.
Yeah. Cypher, man.
Last round in the half.
Power character.
Yeah, Cypher's definitely good.
That's what my little brother Logan means, and I swear, he knows exactly where to put everything.
Dude, that is a cool thing about these champions, how they're unique. They're so unique, right? Their abilities are so unique that once you get a lot of hours under your belt, you really get this clairvoyance almost, right? You just know how to play the utility.
For sure.
And it really gets your team that advantage.
I just remember when Logan unlocked it, he was like, man, I'm gonna play this one. I'm like, alright, cool. And then was he sure about it? And I mean, I was like, that's the best decision he's ever made when it comes to this game.
Alright, so we've lost another attacker, but we have lost 1 defender's. Oop, there we go. So now 3-3.
Oh, not
Just
anymore.
when I said that. Alright, so 2 defenders have to hold against 3. And Cypher is still alive too, so.
1 enemy remaining.
Brimstone to go.
Alright, so the bomb going down. Yeah, he might just be saving, right? Alright, so Ramen started behind a little bit in this game, right? And now they're jumping out 7-4. Essentially 8-4 here. There's 8-4.
4 Brimstone.
Alright, so looks like we're going to switch sides, I believe. Yep. Alright, so now red is Ramen. And green is Millennial Falcons. Yeah, so the first round of each side, there's not enough money really. You gotta take it away.
Are you saying millennium?
Millennial.
Millennial.
Yeah. The millennial.
That's their name, right? It says Millennial Falcons.
We should
Yeah,
just
correct.
Yeah.
We should just.
I thought you were saying Millennial Falcon.
No, I was saying the Millennial Falcons, right?
The Millennium Falcon? We should just interchange them now. We should
No,
just switch them back and forth.
wait, is it not Millennial Falcons?
Yeah, like the play on.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been saying. Yeah.
I think we should interchange them now. Just so them both to confuse people.
Or we could do Millennium, like, Falco or something. Just mess up the second
every
one.
single time is different.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, in the first round, everyone's just walking around with pistols. And it's pretty chaotic. There's a headshot right there.
I call it the piss round.
Alright, that was
1
Jack
enemy remaining.
Chicken.
Yo.
We were watching Trixie a second ago.
Go.
There they go. Alright, so they're up 9-4 now. A win.
Crazy how it switched up.
Yeah, so that was a win for Millennial Falcons. I'll say it a little bit slower.
Millennial Falcons.
Yeah.
Bob, we are millennials, so we should know that word.
Oh yeah, I thought I was saying it right.
No, you are.
Turret out.
What's happening? Not much happening.
All right, so Ethan, let's say you're on ramen, right? What do you guys? How do you change it up?
Wait, ramen. Wait, which one's ramen?
Ramen's on the red team right now.
Okay,
It's
okay.
4. They have 4, and then Millennial Falcons. Millennial Falcons.
So I
have that.
mean, the way we normally go about it.
One enemy
But, like,
remaining.
you know, we are.
What's up,
Thanks for the
Pancakes?
follow,
Thanks
what's
for the follow up.
But normally, kind of just going like start headed into the first round. We just pick A or B, and then flipping back and forth between the two. But you know, it's we kind of I don't know, kind of are gut feeling players. So like we kind of just like, oh, well, I have a bad feeling about that, so I think we're gonna do the other one, and that just seems to keep it, you know.
Hey man, yeah, trust your gut, you know. Yeah, no, I don't think you're giving away too much. That's a pretty classic. That's a pretty classic.
There's not much to it. I think the more random you can make it, the more. I feel like, for me, when it comes to any sort of game, I'm just very.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Thank you for the follow, Obsidian.
Yes, thank you.
Well, thank you. A shout out to the crowd here at Connect Esports. One of our viewers in the audience here just followed us. So did Evo MD following.
Oh, you need the freaking air horn. Did you have the air
Oh,
horns on there?
I forgot to add it to the stream deck.
Dang it, no.
I gotta get it back in there.
We used to have the air horns on here when we ran tournaments from home.
Oh,
Yeah. To quote the last comment on the stream, let's go. All right, so we're looking at
One enemy remaining.
a pretty heavy round here by Millennial Falcons. We got 4 members alive.
Yep.
The poor spike carrier.
He's just chilling.
Thank you for the follow. Also, I was looking at the map. Sorry about that.
Is this the slow play?
So
30 seconds left.
This is classic case of 4v1. I'm
Well,
hiding.
never
Yeah,
mind.
I'm hiding. Yeah.
And there it goes. All right, so there's potentially two more rounds left if the momentum of Millennial Falcons continues, and then you guys are gonna have to get ready. So once it gets to 12, I'll probably take over from here, so you guys can go get ready, just in case. But it's been nice having you up here for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I was happy to have you up here. It's
Turret destroyed.
oh wow, look at that! They just tried to brute force into that one.
Oh my god, there's so much happening.
Oh, almost. The magazine ran out.
Spike planted.
Dude, 91 is following.
There's never enough ammo.
All right, so here we go. Do we have Ramen giving us a last hurrah?
Oh,
They've got the bomb planted. It's 3-3 though.
Stim beacon down.
Oh man, that would have been
One
clutch.
enemy
So
remaining.
it's 1 enemy remaining here. They really need this round. Oh, down they go.
yeah. That sucks.
Yep, so Millennial is going to defuse this one, and then
Spike defused.
we potentially have match point here.
Yep.
So Ethan, thanks for the shoutcasting with me. I'm
for
going to
having
cut
me.
the
Match
mic
point.
in just a second, and then go ahead and get ready, all right? Thank you.
So, thank you.
All right, so match point. We could see. So this was an interesting match. I mean, this is how the economy can be so important, right? You saw Ramen, which is now the red team, with 4 round wins. They actually started out in the beginning up 2-0, right? And they had a pretty good advantage, and then the momentum really shifted over to Millennial Falcons once they got a couple round wins in a row. And they had enough money to keep buying great weapons, and they just didn't look back. They started playing smart and making moves. So now at this potential match point, we got a lot of smokes down here from Brimstone, but just kind of running in. Well, down goes one on Millennium. El Chapo's dad, thanks for the follow. So that is a hard arm by the Ramen team. Team Ramen.
Nowhere to run!
Mayor, what is Ramen? What's her name? Ramen Stew. That was a great ult by Sova. And now we only have 2 members of Millennial left to try and wipe the 4 Ramen Stews and disarm the bomb. So they got an uphill battle here. Ramen Stew not going down without a fight.
Your duty is not over.
And a res and a headshot. Look at that. That was a triple moment right there. That could be. I have to remember that. Put my hand up right now so I remember that.
Last player
Oh,
standing.
almost.
1 enemy remaining.
1 enemy. Double kill. Not enough time to disarm the bomb. Attackers win. That was a very crazy finish to that round. Holy cow. All right, so everyone died there. Everyone has to revive. But the round win goes to our friends Ramen Stew. Man, so they need some more of that. That was that brute force action that Ethan was talking about. And it's so difficult because if you start doing that stuff, then they can kind of try and predict. But you know, they really got to pull the stops out now. They're down quite a lot at match point. They're gonna have to win out. Otherwise, their first round is gonna be a loss. And they're not. Let's say Ramen Stew loses this one. They're not out yet. They could win their next 2 matches or their next match, and potentially stay in. Alright, so last round was a brute force attack. This is a slow play, and the slow plays have historically been in the favor of Millennial Falcons. And they're actually not doing very well this time. They only have 2 members left, so we're looking at 4 members on Ramen Stew versus 2 members on Millennial Falcons. The Nico show is now following. Thanks for the follow. So the bomb is down.
1 enemy remaining.
And there's only 1 enemy remaining. And Milton X32, thank you for the follow. So the bomb is armed. We've got our 1 member of Millennial Falcons. And what are they going to do? Are they going to try and save? They don't really have to go for this. They're in a perfect spot, really. I mean, 12-5. They could really just hold. Trixie with a kill. Very good. And she healed back up. Throwing some utility down. She's going to walk around the corner. And she's just going to let this one roll out. So she got the kill, reduced some economy on Ramen Stew, picked up a Vandal right there, and stayed alive, it looks like. So she's got all of her, she's got her weapon going into the next round too, which is pretty big. Good job, Trixie. All right, so Millennial 12, match point. 2 wins in a row for Ramen Stew. What do you think of that, Mayor?
We actually have people out of town playing with Millennial Stew. Cool thing about running online, horrible and sucks, is it's allowing us to connect these people that play together and come together in Dayton, Ohio.
Exactly. You're right. And nothing, you know, being across the country, you know, nothing has brought people together closer than playing video games online with each other. And to do something tournament-wise is just special too, because you know the thrill is that much higher. So great round start here for Millennial. They're already up at full strength. There's only 3 members of Ramen Stew left, so they really got to hold hard here if they're gonna keep this match alive. 2 members left. Couple shots right there. All right. Watching Diffused right now. Diffused
Last player standing.
dead. Only 1 member left. That was a spike carrier that went down too, which is tough. But so it's 1v3 here. Ramen Stew, the last member of Ramen Stew, is a must-win situation here.
Barrier created.
All right, there goes there goes one of them. So only 2 members left on Millennium.
30 seconds left.
Hug Hef only has a little bit of health left. So he's got to be very careful. But he's got to make moves. They got to make moves. There's only 14 seconds left. If he just lets the time run out, he loses.
10 seconds left.
So now he's just running. Up, down he goes. Defenders win, and that
Defenders
is Millennium.
win.
All right, so it looks like I may have been announcing again the wrong names, so no big deal. It looks like the winner though was, yeah, this is just the score summary at the end here. So the red team with 13, and the red team has, yeah, so Trixie's on Ramen, right? Ramen Stew, is that correct? Okay, so something that we will definitely be adding in the future is at the top, next to the actual round timer, is the actual names. We can definitely do that. But a great round to watch. So let's go ahead and cut back to full screen real quick with the webcam. All right, so hopefully you guys liked watching that first round. And this is just the group stage, like we said. This is going to be, each team's going to play each other once. We're going to tally up the rounds. So that was 6-13. So we're going to keep track of that for the future in case there's a tie break that we have to decide. And then the winning 2 teams from these matches here are going to play each other in the finals for all of it. So let's take a quick 2-minute intermission, and we'll be right back with another match, okay? Thanks. right, everybody. So thanks for watching the first round. We kind of mixed the names up a little bit, but good news. I've added, Mary and I have added text into the actual game, or into the actual header now. So you at home, and then myself as well, and Mary casting will be able to determine which teams are which. So we're jumping into the next match. Is it starting right now? A little bit? Okay, good. So let's cut back over to the tournament bracket real quick. All right, so that was our first match against Ramen Stew and Millennial Falcons, not Millennium Falcons. And now the Millennial Falcons are back up again. They're jumping in against Blood Rose. So those guys were sitting out the first round, and then they will play back-to-back against Ramen Stew as the third game. And then, like I said, the winner of the top two teams out of here, and like it was 6-13, so we'll keep track of the scores. The teams with the most round wins, the top two, are going to advance to the semifinals here and rumble to become the champion. So sounds like we're about in game. All right, let's go ahead and cut in. You were muted. Here, go ahead. Say it again.
You can really see when it's...
Good. And then let's adjust the names a little bit too. All right, so we are starting here with the Millennial Falcons and Blood Rose. Blood Rose, we know they were playing earlier today, so we know they're nice and warm. And we heard from Ethan on the stage and in an interview, so we know he's hyped and ready to go. And the Millennial Falcons, you just saw perform very well in that last match. All right, so we got a pretty safe start here. Wow, Blood Rose losing one member, two members. Their spike theory went down too, and now they only have two members left. So Millennial Falcons, they're 5 strong right now.
Last player standing.
Wow, only one member of Blood Rose left.
Flawless.
And a flawless start from Millennial Falcons. Great start. Yeah, nice. Merritt, good job with the title movement. We can now see which team is which on the screen, so we don't have to be doing the guessing, which is good. All right, so back to the buy phase, right? So that was the pistol round. Didn't go super well for Blood Rose, but they're not out. There's a lot of matches to play, a lot of rounds. So, you know, what they're looking for now is a little bit of probably a safe round, I'd say. And just try to at least make sure they get some kills here, because if they get wiped again, oof, they're going to be in a tough spot. They really need to get some kills against Millennial Falcons so that those guys are forced to buy more equipment. There's a headshot. Man. 3 members down for Blood Rose already. Only 2
One
left.
enemy remaining. Flawless.
There is another flawless for Millennial Falcons. Perfect. All right, so Blood Rose. They are not out of this at all by any means.
Deep breath.
Gotta get their strategy ready to roll. Yeah, Trixie in the chat here, King and Team Ramen. I saw there's some excellent plays. We got to watch a few rounds. We nailed it. It was good. Man, that is a clutch little pit of goo right there. Had no choice but to go down, standing down. Oh no! Alright, so only 2 members.
One enemy remaining.
Only 1 member of Blood Rose left.
Or this direct you where you want.
Flawless.
Ooh, there we go. Yeah, the clicking as the observer is a little bit tricky because it just kind of jumps to people.
Just random people.
The
Someone staring at a wall.
Yeah. If
Entertaining for everyone.
I think hit the on the streaming computer, or not on the actual game computer. Hit the number 2 on the keyboard. Now hit 3. So the 1 through 0 are actual characters to jump to,
Okay.
and I think it's up across the top of the board. Like if you hit number 1 right now, let's see if you're, yeah. So the 1 through 5 is the green team,
nice.
and 6 through 0 is the red team. So that's a quick way to jump to, like if you just look at the very top and see who's
Quick way
dead.
to do some math.
Yeah, a little bit of effort required, but it is. I know it's definitely nice to try and choose the right person. Ooh, tried to get a snipe there. All right, so we're watching Diffused right now.
One
Walking around
enemy
with the hatchet.
remaining.
He's looking to chop someone down, the last person. Yeah, let's jump over to, here we go, Starlog. You gotta make some moves here, buddy. Right, putting some utility down, watching the corners. Moving into the site. I'm gonna try to get
Planted
plant
the
down.
spike.
So getting the spike planted a little bit, or at least, does get some income for your team, which is good.
Spike is planted.
So good question. So the red team is on offense.
Is it both kill and...
So if you're again, okay, so we got 2 team colors here. Red team, offense. That means they have to go plant the bomb or wipe the whole defending team. If they kill all the defenders, they don't even have to worry about planting the bomb. If they plant the bomb and they all die, but the bomb still goes off, they still win, right? So the defenders, they're only, if they wipe the whole team before the bomb goes down, they win, or if they defuse the bomb, they win. So even if there's people alive, if they defuse the bomb, they win. Sound good? A little artwork right there.
Blood Rose is also playing here at...
They are. They're playing here live in person on our top-notch equipment. We've got some 144 hertz monitors from the
Cutting their
farm.
vision. One enemy remaining.
Hey, there's a good dome shot right there. All right, risk it all. We're watching. And Diffused here. So we got a lot of people left on Millennial Falcons, and just...
Flawless.
Ooh, there goes the Sage main. All right, so 5-0, definitely not looking great, but like I said, lots of rounds here. And another one of these, this map too, this map is actually, compared to some of the other maps, is definitely pretty good for defenders. So once the halfway point flips, Blood Rose is going to be on defense, and they will have that little bit of a map advantage, which is nice. They can hold some corners and really try and hold off Millennial Falcons. Millennial, they're at light speed right now. They're rolling.
No more.
Mayor, what do you think of that record?
No chance.
I did not hear it.
Shot that.
Said Millennial Falcons is moving at light speed with the spy.
Last
motion.
player standing.
Wow, that's a very millennial reference.
It's totally.
Not there.
Oh, down they go. So a little tried to TP above the ice wall and got taken out. So if it keeps going like this, though, they will probably have to defend and win every single game. Because it may be a little bit easier for them to defend, but, you know, that many rounds in a row is always tough to do anything. But, you know, at the switch, everyone gets leveled back out with the economy, right? The advantage that Millennial Falcons has right now with the serious economy lead, that does get reset at the midway point. But let's see what Blood Rose can do. So they already have 2 numbers down, but this is one of the better
One
rounds.
enemy
It's still,
remaining.
Wow, is that someone's ult to fly up?
so her ult is actually all those daggers that pops out in front of her, and then one of her moves is that one of her abilities is that she can pop up in the air, and then she can kind of glide down, and then just throw those little daggers out. So that is lethal. That was definitely her ultimate, in parallel with some of her other moves. Definitely a fun champion to play. Okay, so 7-0. So right after the buy phase, these barriers come down, and the teams are allowed to engage in combat. All right, Sage main, watching some corner series, only got a pistol, and he gets a kill with that. Tried to get out of there, but went down. Good job, though. So any damage done is good, though, when you're saving. You only have a pistol. So that was a great kill. Still 2 members left on Blood Rose versus 4 of Millennial Falcons. So we're going to scout with that arrow. Once that arrow lands, it'll give visibility of the area to this Silva here, but looks like no one in his target.
Last player standing.
Ooh, close, close. So it's all up to... Oh, down they go. Millennial Falcons take that one too. All right, 8-0. This is definitely tough, but Blood Rose does get to play one more round after this, which is good. They'd be playing Ramen Stew. So they still aren't technically out of it yet, but it's they definitely could use a couple round wins.
Bob, do you play this game?
I do. It has been a little bit, but it is one of my favorite games. So something Riot has done is they've really gone out of their way to make a game as balanced as possible. And as far as shooting go, it can be really easy to, you know, have imbalance with different champions with different weapons and things like that. But they spend a ton of time trying to be competitive.
For you.
I mean, the mechanics are top notch. The mechanical abilities to jump and the tracking of the mouse on the screen. I mean, it's one of the best shooters made. So it's definitely a very fun game. I think it's very new, relatively. I mean, the top game is Counter-Strike, probably still, even though it's been out for many years. But it's just such a it is really the first of its kind to have this concept.
What do you think of about? No one's asked for it. Not a lot of people have played it. What does that say about Counter?
So it's definitely, even though it's so popular, it's on the way out. It's so popular because there is a die-hard audience that will not let it go, and those people have put so many hours in that they just it remains relevant as an esport game, and so many people still love it because they know it's like it's got history too. I mean, the game's been in the esports scene for many years. So I definitely think Valorant has potential to take over, but it probably won't be for a few years because the Counter-Strike tournaments in Europe, it's really in Europe too. Counter-Strike is huge, and the market there and the amount of the player base, the professional teams, it's probably, so I'd say Rocket League's watched the most in NA in America. Rocket, and so Counter-Strike is as well. It definitely is, and so is League of Legends. NALCS, but Counter-Strike is humongous in Europe. Alright, so a 10-0 here from Millennial Falcons. They're looking good.
Blood Rose is bleeding.
Yes. Hey, buy plants. Thanks for the follow. Good job. Oh yeah. So we have Pagan asking if the stream has crashed. So we are streaming to 3 locations. Maybe, I don't know if you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. But please let us know if maybe in the Discord if you think it's not working, and we can try it and reset it. Yeah, that is just the. Does it still say live on Streamlabs? Okay, cool. Hey, there's a dome shot. Look at that. All right, so Blood Rose Could this be the momentum swing that they needed? They've got 3 members here on the site.
My ultimate's not ready. Going up.
All right, still 3 members up for Blood Rose, 2 members of Millennial Falcons. We're watching
30
one
seconds
of
left.
them now. Only 30 seconds left, so Blood Rose needs to get a plant and or elimination here. Chicken 806, thank you for the follow. And a lot on the line.
Standing ahead.
Everyone's playing it really safe. Millennial doesn't want to leave their momentum.
10 seconds left.
Yeah, it looks like we had someone check on their phone. Looks like it is still up on
Last
Twitch
player
for
standing.
sure.
Clutch. One enemy remaining.
Oh man, they still go down.
Last
Alright, so
round before the switch.
with that clutch, what happened there, everyone? We had members alive on both sides, but members of the defending team were alive. So if the attacking team would have wiped everyone, they would have won. If they would have planted the bomb, they could have won. But since they didn't get to plant the bomb and they didn't get to eliminate all of Millennial Falcons as the defending team takes the W in this round. Alright, so
Blinding.
yeah, you just got unbanned. You were temporarily banned.
Get out
now
of
you're
my
unbanned,
way.
so you can watch again. Alright, Blood Rose falling a little bit back,
enemy
but,
remaining.
they need to go to the
I have retrieved the spike.
so a flawless play by Millennial Falcons right there. DD Cat McGee, thank you for the follow. So at
Switching
this-
sides.
Switching sides here,
Match
Blood Rose.
point.
I mean, that 1 round, 2 rounds ago, they did good. They had the right angles. They did good. So if they take that and then they use the defensive strategies of this map, right? Watch some corners, take it easy. They may be able to make some moves here, but they would really need the momentum. I mean, they would have to go 13-0. You know, whole order here because it's 12-0 right now. Only 1 more win needed for Millennial Falcons, and then they take the round or take the match. Hey, Michael. Shout out to Michael. Hey, in the chat here.
Shadows.
Yeah, not behind you. I was reading the chat at the bottom. Alright, so the round starts. Alright, can Blood Rose hold the right corners? One of their members goes down, unfortunately. Millennial Falcons just kind of pushing.
Spike planted.
Alright, so Millennial has planted the spike. Blood Rose now, the 4 of them have to go disarm the bomb. And in doing so, they're going to need to eliminate some of the members of Millennial Falcons. 1 goes down on Blood, 2 go down on Blood. 1 drops on Millennial, though. We got a 4v2.
Cover going out.
So a little bit of cover here. Let's see if we can play that correctly.
1 enemy remaining.
1 member of Blood Rose left. And the bomb's going to go off, looks like, and the attacker's going to take this game.
Attackers win.
So congratulations to Millennial Falcons. That was a clean game right there. All right, everybody. So Millennial Falcons, good job. That was their first game. I mean, that was very close, right, when they played against Ramen Stew. Blood Rose, guys, valiant effort. Definitely go back to the locker room, huddle up. I know you guys got this. You got 1 more match coming up next. Don't let that first game get to you. We'll excited to see what happens. So let's take a quick break here so we can get the next round set up. We'll take a quick 5-minute break this time. Get the players in the lobby, and then we'll jump right back in. So thank you. Stay tuned. right, everybody, great news. I've got John here.
Hi, everybody. How's it going?
John, tell us a little bit about yourself. You play Valorant?
Every now and again, yeah. I'm not huge into it. I mostly, like you were talking about earlier, I play CSGO a lot. I have
Nice.
a lot of hours in that game.
Too many to count?
Yes, definitely. I don't know. I really think that Valorant is kind of a mix between CSGO and Overwatch.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, because you get the special abilities, but it's also a PvP shooter game, which
Yeah.
I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anyways, about myself, I'm from Fairmont High School. I graduated in 2020.
Yeah.
I played tuba in the marching band,
Awesome.
obviously. Yeah,
You like
super happy
photography, right?
Yes, actually, I very much do. I just kind of got into it relatively recently, and I just got a new camera a couple months ago, but still getting the hang of it, but it's definitely a fun time, and I'm super happy to be here. Thank you again so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, for everyone, John was taking some pictures of the event and stuff, and we popped them up here so he could showcase the games with us. So
Yes.
let's pop over to the brackets. Let's check that out real quick. All right, so we just watched Millennial Falcons do pretty good against Blood Rose, but now Blood Rose, they just they huddled up. They know what's really going on. They are going to rumble against Ramen Stew here in a second. So I think their game's about ready to start, but we're not going to jump in just yet. They're loading the pregame lobby, and then we'll jump in. So let's switch it back to webcam full for just a second.
I definitely think this is a good opportunity for Blood Rose to come back. They had a pretty rough game last round, so...
That was definitely tough. Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's, we've seen it before in sports and games and stuff. You can't count anyone out. I mean, that's why you play the
Right.
games. So
And they always say root for the underdogs, because there's
Exactly.
always a chance for a big comeback here.
okay, definitely. So does it look like we're in yet? 60 seconds. Very good. So how did you hear about us, John?
Actually, Ethan, who is on Blood Rose, he has been talking a lot about this place, and we also have a YouTube channel, a big group of us called What's Poppin'. If you guys don't know about that, you definitely go leave a subscription. But he's been talking a lot about this place recently, and I thought, I don't have anything going on tonight. I'll come down and see what's going on. And as it turns out, I caught a Valorant tournament, which is, I think it's going to be really cool.
Hey, man, of all the things to walk into, a Valorant tournament sounds pretty cool.
Definitely. And stakes are high, I've been told, with pretty big pot coming in.
Yeah,
for
we
the
do.
Winners.
We got, I think we got $75, which is pretty awesome.
Really?
Everyone likes
Wow.
money. So we are good to go. Let's go ahead and jump into the game.
Cool.
Jay Sheets, join the chat.
Jay Sheet, no way. Jay Sheets in the chat. The legendary Jay Sheets. So, for people that don't know, we did a Call of Duty Cold War 2v2 tournament, Search and Destroy. And Jay Sheets, our man Jay Sheets, was the MV hero, most valuable hero, not even player.
Jumping in straight to hero status.
Yeah, the chat was
Yeah.
blowing him up. It was great. All right, so we do have Ramen Stew on the green defending side, and Blood Rose are the attackers here.
Fresh start, fresh game. Let's see if Blood
is.
Rose can pull it off and win, or if Ramen Stew is gonna grab a W for this game.
Planted.
So, real quick, Mare, it looks like they're flipped. Trixie is red and Blood Rose is on the wrong side. So, if you, yep, look at that, everyone at home. We got some words jumping around there. One thing about Valorant is a little bit confusing in the pregame lobby. It's not incredibly clear which side's going to be on which, but we're gravy.
One
Now we
enemy
can,
remaining.
Tighten that up. Yeah, perfect. Looks good. So, the attackers, Ramen Stew, now that we got that situated, have taken the first round. So when you're thinking shooters like this, right, round-based shooters, I mean, did you ever play Search and Destroy with Call of Duty?
Yeah, I haven't played Cold War yet, unfortunately, but I do play a lot of the Modern Warfare, and I do play a lot of hardcore Search and Destroy,
Yeah.
a lot of TDM.
Good. Yeah, I think those types of
Find
games, I mean, I
them,
love Battle Royales. They're super fun. It's a little bit different
Definitely.
dynamic, but when you're looking at team-based games, I think the round-based single life gameplay with, Valorant, Call of Duty, Search and Destroy, and CS:GO are the way to go because it
Definitely.
you know, in like a team deathmatch, you're just running a gun. And it's not super exciting. In games like this, you got to be careful. You know, you got to work together.
It's a very strategic. You have to be very particular about what you do, otherwise you could cost the round. And
Spike planted.
obviously, it keeps you on your toes because you never know what's going to happen next. You know, it's kind of a up for grabs. Whoever plays more strategic is the winner. That was
Great peek and kill.
Fantastic
It
kill.
was good.
One enemy
So-
remaining.
Only one member of Blood Rose, and down he goes. Yeah, I agree. And you know, Overwatch, beautiful game. All right,
Yeah.
I mean, mechanically nailed it. I mean, Blizzard's not going to release a game that doesn't flow. My only problem really is that it's 66. First of all, and then the respawns is like chaos. The game is
Yeah.
just chaotic.
Definitely, I do agree with that.
I do think it's fun though, but it's like difficult to become competitive. You know?
Yeah, it definitely takes time to get adjusted to the game with it being as different as it is, I guess. You know, it takes time to get used to, and with people who've been playing for such a long time.
And as far as games go that are candidates for esports, right, where people are going to be able to jump in and start and just start watching. I mean, round-based games are very clear. Move this side of the map, take it out.
Yep.
Overwatch is, you know, you got to move this payload across the map. It does make sense, but it's kind of difficult to tell exactly who is winning.
I kind of felt that.
Were you talking?
Yeah, Risk It All.
Oh, sorry. You're go ahead, Mayor. One more time. I think your volume is a little bit low.
Risk
Here.
It All used Momo.
Last
nice.
player standing.
Yep. So Risk It All. You're using one of our cats from home. We turned into a meme.
Spike planted. Ace.
Yeah, I muted you, Mayor. I think there's a little bit of feedback from the mic, but anyway, we've got a 3-0 ramen stew start here over Blood Rose. So these guys, they are doing a great job playing here. We know they can definitely take a round or two off ramen stew. They're gonna have to be a little bit creative because what we saw in the first game we watched tonight, ramen brought it. They knew what they were doing, especially the first couple rounds.
Definitely. I feel like Blood Rose could bring it around, but they're gonna really have to start playing a little bit more aggressive play style, but also very strategic. But it's definitely anybody's game still. It's very early.
So we got some zipline action here. Couple members left of Blood Rose, unfortunately.
Spike
and
planted.
Ramen's got the bomb down.
Last player standing.
And it's all down to Minor Goop 05.
1v.
This would be the ultimate clutch.
Definitely.
There's a great dome shot.
Oh.
Ooh, but down he went. So when he shot and made that headshot, great shot by the way, he did, you know, tell everyone else on the map where he was because they were listening. Everyone in this game listens. So as soon as you fire off, bam, now I know where I'm going, right? So they all swarmed on him.
I feel like that's definitely another big part of this game is you have to be very quiet until you're ready to make a big move. Otherwise, dead.
Yeah, and so they did a really good job. That was something else that made Counter-Strike pretty famous too because it's an interesting dynamic sound, you know?
Yes,
It's
yeah.
not just visually what's in front of you and running and gunning. You have to be aware of your noise that you're generating and also listen to what you hear, you know?
That's why in comp games you hear people say shift walk a lot or like crouch walk because then that just mutes the sound and then you can start moving around a little bit more stealthier, which will definitely give you
Exactly. But you go slower, right?
yes, which is
Alright, so 2 Blood Rose members left. Looks like we got
Spike planted. Last player
plant.
standing.
and now we just got one guy
charges.
left on Blood. He can do it, man. You got it.
Blinding.
Blinding. Oh man.
pray and pray moment.
Pray and pray. Reload. Pancakes. Get back. Reload, buddy.
Shadows traveling.
All right, we got the
Good
shadow
save.
down. Ooh, no.
That was a nice peek around that
Yeah.
smoke.
KJ didn't basically just jump. domed right there with the. I think it was like was it a handheld shotgun? I couldn't tell what that was.
I couldn't tell either. It happened pretty quick. Five-0 lead for Ramen Stew here. They seem to be doing pretty strong this round.
Yeah, and I totally agree. You know, they're playing as well as they played in the first round against the Northern Falcons.
Definitely.
I think we may end up seeing these guys rumble in the finals. We'll have to play the game out still, but I think Ramen and Millennium will probably be in the finals. And I'm excited to see that because that's, you know, they're not so close before.
Ouch. That was pretty rough.
I know exactly.
Right, so we got a 2v3.
Spike
This is a pretty
planted.
close game here.
Yeah, this round is definitely close, and Ramen did get the bomb down, so Blood's got a lot of work
Last
to do. They
player
gotta eliminate.
standing.
1v3 now. It's
All right, Lux Tux. Do it.
Give me the
One
one.
enemy
There's
remaining.
the second one.
nice. Double kill. Beautiful.
All right, now we just gotta see the. Oh, man.
Oh man, that was a close game. Holy cow!
What a
man.
valiant effort there by Blood Rose.
That was a beautiful double kill. That
The
was awesome.
energy is the building.
It's popping.
Definitely. You can hear all the players in the background hooting and hollering about that play there. That was awesome.
See, that is the cool thing about a live event. You know, it's happening right now,
Yeah,
right here.
and
You know?
it's like we can see and hear all of what's going on over there
Mhm.
with Blood Rose, and it's super cool being up here too. And again, I really do appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Hey, thanks for you took some great pictures already.
Yeah.
And for everyone at home, you know, the pictures he's going to post, he's going to obviously tag us on social media. So just as we just saw Pancakes just unload all of his ammo, go ahead and follow everyone at home. I'd like you to please follow our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch page, you know, all of it, because cool content like this, man, we want to keep having awesome tournaments, fun leagues.
And I mean, it's always cool to watch a little small business like this grow.
One enemy
really
remaining.
big, you know? It'd be really cool to come down here one time and see the place just totally filled.
Oh, I know, right?
It'd be so awesome to
So
see.
I do expect to see that in the future, John. I know COVID has definitely been tough
Yeah.
for a lot of small businesses,
Yeah.
especially ones that opened during the
Spike
pandemic.
planted.
All right, so let's do a quick recap on that. We had Lux Tux right there crouching in the correct position to hold the angle, but Ramen Stew, Blaze, or wait, what's the guy's name with the flashes? I forget his name. It's Cajun right here, this guy. So he throws his flash around the corner, and it flashes and stuns the member of Blood Rose. And so when that happens, on your screen it looked like he could just point and shoot, but his whole screen turns white. So it's a great utility to use to...
And it also temporarily freezes you for a second
Yep.
when you get flashed.
Joke's over! You're dead!
and he drops his ult too, and he's running in.
Yep.
Man, we got this big revolver here. Let's see what happens.
Pretty easy.
Oh man, only two
One
members left.
enemy
Well,
remaining.
one member left of Blood Rose.
Oh,
Down they go.
rough, but
I'd like to point out that Trixie was trying to say she was not good at this game in Discord earlier this week. Look where they've been.
Yeah, Trixie, I'm gonna have to call you out on that one. Why don't you hold tab, Mary, on the game computer? Can you hold tab? Does that do anything? Hold tab on this computer. Yeah, so we've got so she's got 3 kills. We've got Cajun leading with 12 kills,
wow.
and only 3 deaths,
deaths,
12 and
yeah.
3. Yeah. And then we've got Minor Group with 8 and 8. So he's still holding his own. He's got 8 kills.
KD is #1, so it's definitely
All right. It is nothing's more satisfying than popping off one of those revolver shots or the headshot.
Yep. Or if you dome somebody with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Same feeling. It's just like, wow, I just hit that.
All right, so Blood Rose, we still have 4 members up, and now 2.
One enemy remaining.
And they're going for a spike plant.
Planted. Flawless.
Tough round, flawless with a spike plant. Yep.
Big for Ramos. That was.
So would you like to see a Counter-Strike event?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to come down here and see a Counter-Strike. That'd be awesome.
Would you play in one?
Yes. I'd love to.
Do you have maybe some local crew members that you can recruit?
Yeah. Yep. Actually know a couple people. One of my buddies, named Spencer, really good friend of mine. He is huge into CS:GO. He is, I would probably say, one of the best CS:GO players I've ever seen.
Wow, good.
Very, very good. I just tried to get him down here.
Sweet. I mean, yeah, we wanna host whatever you guys wanna see and play in. And now we got a 3v3 right now.
Ooh.
Last player standing.
2v1. Could Blood Rose do this?
One enemy remaining.
Come on, Sage main, 1-1. Oh, long distance shot.
Get him with the revolver.
Oh no. Corner peeking. Oh, some utility coming down. Oh, no, get the.
Oh!
Dang. That was so close.
Man, that was a very, very close round. Ooh.
That is tough. Nothing's worse than being in about 30-meter distance with a shotgun, just spraying and praying.
Yeah, and then you start to panic, and then you choke, and it's like, ah.
I'll tell you what, I've been there a lot, so
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that.
Definitely relate to that, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So.
Yeah, so 10-0 here. Ramen looking good, just like they did in the beginning. But if you guys remember, Millennial still took that match. So they started out strong, Ramen did, but then they slowed down, and Millennial took over.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that dome shot.
Great start for Ramen. Headshot
Lux
right
Ducks.
off the bat. That was a great start.
All right, now we're watching Minor Goop, and Minor Goop is the kill leader for Blood Rose. So let's see what happens here. Get the flames down. Oh, almost.
He would have brought that up just a little bit more.
Last player standing.
Oh no!
Yikes.
Hey, there we go. Sage main with another Deagle kill, but down he goes.
Last round in the half.
All right, last round of the half. That means literally spend all your money, buy up, because
everything.
it goes away, right?
Yep.
You guys reset. The economy resets at the midway point.
And all you have to start with is a pistol and
Spend.
like I was saying earlier, this is still anybody's game. I mean, Ramen definitely has a huge lead on this, but
One enemy remaining.
See, here's what they were looking for: is LMGs. Ramen Stew should have just been playing LMGs, large machine guns, right, the whole time.
Switching
Just walk around the
sides.
corners.
Match
that
point.
was probably one of the quickest rounds I've ever seen.
So the LMG looks overpowered. It kind of is. It's very expensive.
Yes.
So it's not just you can't just buy those willy-nilly.
Definitely a last round sort of thing. You don't want to waste your money on that in the beginning of the game. Otherwise, you're kind of stuck with nothing after that.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody wants to run around with a pistol.
Yeah, because it's very high risk. If it doesn't end up working out, then you spent all your money and you're dead. You got to rebuy. So what are you gonna buy?
Yep.
I don't know, a pistol, right? Like you said.
Exactly. And then you got other people running around with shotguns and
We are immovable.
the alts and whatnot, and then you're just kind of screwed and it's kind of pointless.
So they got to spend all attendees right now. Blood Rose. Send it. All right, this could be it. This is match point right now. So Blood Rose,
Spike planted.
and they get a plant. That's good. So now they just have to hold and defend.
Keep their angles. They look like they're all
Mike Matthews, like, Look at these headshots right there.
Oh my goodness.
Come on, Blood. Only 3 members left of Robin.
Playing strong. They still got 14.
Get the reload there.
One enemy remaining.
Only 1 remaining. And there's a flawless.
Very strong beginning.
All right.
Holy crap.
An
that was
eruption from the players here.
A very, very strong start for Blood Rose. A flawless.
They are not going down without a fight as they are cheering. I can still hear them cheering from
in the
here.
background, hooting and hollering. That was a beautiful start.
All right, so now they got 12 seconds to get that energy reduced down to focus, right?
Yes.
They need 12 more wins literally with 0 losses to win this one 13-0. So can they do it? Let's see. Come on, Blood.
Ramen Stew did it in the first half. Let's see if Blood Rose can pull it off in the second.
Immediate headshot.
Cover going out.
Okay, so 4-4. It was a trade, a 1-to-1 trade right there, even though that looked pretty poor.
Right off the bat, but still, it could be a really strong round for Blood Rose.
Yeah, they're not out of it. Yeah, they're getting blown out. They got 2 members left.
One enemy remaining.
All right, their tournament chances come down to Blood Rose. Oh, there it is.
Defenders win.
Was Ramen throwing right there? That's what I want to know. The chat wants to know. I don't know. No, I think.
We might have to ask.
Right.
I feel like they definitely threw that first round.
Nah, they were definitely going for it. No one throws in tournaments, and Blood Rose here with this epic uproar when they won that round right there. That was really awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was, I mean, a flawless in the first round of the second half.
After going 0-12. Right?
Yeah, right. After going 0-12. Yeah, like you just said, that is insane to go flawless in the second half.
Oh yeah, definitely. So unfortunate that they ended up getting kicked out right there, and but they're walking away with that memory, right? I mean, that was an awesome clutch, flawless clutch right there.
Even just to get to compete in the first place, it should be. I mean, win or lose, it's still super fun to be here and play a game.
Exactly,
like
yeah.
that.
And they're passionate about video games, and that's what we do here at Connect Esports. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a 5-minute break because we are gonna get the victors of that match, Ramen Stew, and we're gonna get those guys together with Millennial Falcons, and that'll be the finals for all the marbles. So we're gonna cut it over and be right back. Welcome back, everybody. All right, so that was the first couple rounds. This is about to be the last. This is about to be the finals. We got done with the group stage. We had some excellent performances by everyone out there, and we are going to jump into the finals in just a moment. But first, let's see the bracket. Let's see how everything looks. So the semifinals were actually, there is no semifinals. This is just straight up the finals. So Ramen Stew versus Millennial Falcons. Those were the top 2 teams out of the group stage that made it in, and the champion here will be crowned in just a few minutes. So let's cut back over to the camera. And you know what? We got some exciting news for March. Some new promos we're going to do to try and boost some participation here at Connect Esports. So let's hear about this exciting offer.
Pandemic got you down?
Yeah.
Do you like video games?
Yeah.
Well, do I have the solution for you?
Tell me more. Come on down to Connect Esports and play on our epic gaming systems.
Wow.
Enjoy over 30 games on top-of-the-line PCs, Xboxes, or our Nintendo Switch.
Welcome to Connect Esports. Any new customer in March will receive a free hour. Wow!
Wait, the dance move wasn't cut out? What the? All right, so yeah, everyone saw my good dance moves. But really, moral of that story, free hour for any new accounts. So all of our existing customers, thank you so much for being loyal customers. Any new customers that come in that have not made a name yet will get an hour on the spot, which is excellent. And you get to, with that hour, you get to, there's 30 games on our top-of-the-line computers. We've got 20 games on our Xboxes. We've got 12 on our Nintendo Switch.
So if you haven't yet, please definitely come down here and have some fun. Personally, this is my first time being here, and it is a blast. I'm super happy that I came down here and got to hang out with everybody.
John's mind is blown.
Yes, 100%. Mainly by the commercial, but
thanks. See, we actually had a ton of fun making that commercial. So more commercials to come. All right, are we about ready to get in? Sweet. Let's go ahead and jump into the match. The finals here between Millennial Falcons and Ramen Stew.
I'm super excited for this. Both of these teams have played super well so far, and really excited to see who the winner comes out to be.
And the map here is Bind. And for everyone at home, this is one of my favorite maps. So there are some teleporters on this map, and it really makes the dynamic interesting because instead of pushing over to one side, there's a teleporter that can loop you back around to the other side. So you can do some tricky special tactics.
So if you're attacking, it definitely makes it a lot easier to rotate around. But if you're defending, it kind of becomes a pain because then you gotta try to watch both sides. And
so thank you, chat. Nice floss. I really tried to perfect it before that commercial. I super did. I practiced a lot, and I nailed it. You're right. Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
All right, so let's get going here. We've got our first round. This is a pistol round, as everyone knows. Limited resources in the beginning. So let's flip back to that fight that's going on over at. Yeah, here we go. Nope. Yep, let's just chill here for a second. So we got some utility here on the map, and it's lots of damage taken by Ramen Stew, but still 3 members alive. We got full strength on Millennial Falcons. Looks like they're rotating over to B.
And it definitely looks like they're trying to avoid pushing super hard in the beginning, which is a really good way to play, is just kind of stay back and push from the distance.
All right, so what you heard was the teleporter.
One enemy remaining.
There's only one, so the Millennial Falcons were still covering A site, which was smart because they had so many members. Ramen Stew, there we go. Cajun, good job. So lots of work to do here for Ramen and
30
Cajun.
seconds left.
Got the clutch though, that's the question.
So they are on offense, so he has the bomb, but would need to do a lot of work here because he has to break into one of the bases and arm the bomb in 17 seconds without dying.
Defend it without kill.
Oh man. So Cajun tried to use one of his abilities and just dodge into the site. And it's a risky business, but worth a shot. He's it doesn't really matter to save on the first round, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, it is the very beginning of the game, so not too much to worry about, but...
Turret out.
Okay, so this is the buy phase, and like we mentioned before, there's a buy phase first before each round starts, and that's when each player decides how much money they're going to spend, right? And if you spend all of your money, you risk running out of money. So let's say you buy everything right now and you die. Well, next round you may not have enough resources to even buy a gun, you know?
Yep, and then,
so you got to be careful.
Yep, and then just like we were talking about earlier, you're going to end up running around with a pistol and probably
Exactly, yeah. So, and if you're able to get kills, I mean, and stay alive, that's how you get more economy so you can buy better weapons and do better.
Yes. If you, like you said, if you buy everything and then you die, and your team loses the round, you don't really get anything. Ooh, a nice kill.
Man, there's a good shot from Risk It All.
Another
Another,
one.
there's a second.
One enemy remaining.
Alright, Cajun. Down, oh, there's a headshot.
Wow.
Alright, he backs up, reloads. Alright, he heard the teleporter pop, so he knows he's got Tyler McDaniel like the stream. Thank you, T McD.
Nice.
Coming behind. Oh, defenders won that one. So Millennial Falcons with the W. So yeah, that was Cajun on Ramen Stew really didn't have many options because he heard the teleporter pop. He knew someone was going to be coming behind him, right? So he just kind of hid in that corner and was hoping he can get a good pop, and then he was going to probably try and run into the base. But all right, so this is the buy phase again. Millennial Falcons have got plenty of resources, so they can buy abilities. As you can see, some abilities are going down, some little landmine things. All right. So let's spectate the red team. They're on offense, so we can see which way they're going in. Yeah. So here we are with
right
Cajun.
Off the bat with some action.
Yeah, Trixie was just sending everything right there, and then took some shrapnel to the dome.
Full send and no send.
Okay, so 4 members of Ramen up, all down goes one of them, so it's a 4v4 here. All right, so they're putting pressure onto the B site. A fake plant jumps up with knives.
3v3 at this point now.
So not much health left for Ramen Stew.
Oh,
here comes the ult. Man, was that double kill with that ult? That was. 2 kills with the ult.
Oh, that was impressive.
All right, defenders take that one too. So that's a 3-0 start here. Ramen Stew. What do we do here? Do we do they all in on one site hard immediately, or do they kind of slow play it?
I would slow play it until about mid-game,
Right.
Just because at the beginning, you know, slow pushing will definitely be an advantage. And that's just a personal opinion, but I usually don't hard rush a certain site until later in the game, just because at that point it's really all or nothing.
And you know, slow rolling too. If you can get a pick, I mean, then it changes your whole team can shift and do whatever you need.
Exactly.
A lot of risks just all inning on one site, but the reward could be great. You know, if you wipe the whole team and you get the bomb down real quick, it could be great. All right, so we are watching the Ramen Stew. Let's watch the attackers here as they try and break down the walls of Millennial Falcons.
Oh, that's a little bit of a tongue twister.
It is, and I've said it 30 times tonight. You think I'd be... All right, so only 2 members of Ramen Stew left. They've been trying to push into A through main, and main is difficult to push through, especially. Man, then who do we got here left? Love.
3v1. Yeah.
So main's a tough one to push on this map, especially with a lot of economy on Millennial Falcons, because you know they're going to have snipers. You know they're going to have the utility to slow you down. But I think they were just looking for a pick, you know?
Yeah, and especially with it being a 4v1, really got to figure out how they're going to approach the situation.
30 seconds left.
Ooh, 9 health.
Ooh.
Placing swarm grenade.
Not looking good.
Swarm grenade out.
So definitely gave the position away. Down he goes.
Rough start for Ramen Stew, but with how they played earlier, I definitely feel like they could make a huge comeback here.
So, and this one is another one of the maps where it's not incredibly even, attacker versus defender. So we'll have to see if Ramen can take a couple rounds here and make it a little bit closer before the switch, but hopefully they can get some momentum in the second half too.
Yeah. Kind of like on CS, how some maps are very counter-terrorist oriented and some are very terrorist oriented.
Exactly. So, yeah, speaking of... Ooh, there we go. It was a good shot by Cajun. Take him down. Switching weapons, too. Something else you're going to be really aware of. Let's say you've got a pretty cheap, crappy weapon. Well, if you kill someone with a better weapon, pick it up.
Yep.
So, full strength still for Ramen. Pushing on the B site. Only 2 members of Millennial Falcons left, but now we got 3 left. Oh.
1 enemy remaining.
A 1v2. All right. So was his dead history? Oh, down he goes. Ramen takes the round. That's exactly what they needed. Yeah. So if they're gonna go down 5-0, that would have been a difficult hill to climb. But 4-1 is definitely not out of it. Just like in Counter-Strike, there's a lot of rounds to play.
Yep.
And if Millennial Falcons just spent a bunch of money and died right there, Ramen just earned a bunch of cash. Well, they could have a good chance to buy up.
Yeah, and now that they've got one on the board, hopefully they carry that momentum and that energy into the next round, and they can keep them rolling in.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah, and then you can see. Well, we do have 3 SMGs though on Ramen Stew and 2 heavy weapons, so they didn't buy up completely. You're good, Mayor. But they can't. They do have to try and be conscious of the. It's not just. They don't have to win the entire match right now. They just need to play smart.
Yes.
So B has been a favorite for Ramen Stew. I mean, they got pretty slaughtered trying to go down main into A main.
I feel like in the coming rounds, if they keep pushing on the B site, though, they're going to figure that out and start guarding B side a lot heavier.
Which could be when they flip it around.
Yep.
Calling my bot.
Alright, so it looks like Millennial could be in a good position here because they flip back to A. But what's Ramen doing here? I hear some clicking on the bomb.
Spike planted.
Spike is planted A.
Down.
1 enemy remaining.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, Millennial came in from this is risk it all came from behind. Oh, turns around.
Nice kill.
Okay, so at least Ramen got the bomb down with that. So, a little bit of income, but definitely everybody still died. Okay, so 5-1. Definitely tough, but like I said, at the switch, they will switch over to defense, and we'll see if Millennial Falcons will continue their momentum onto offense.
Or if Ramen Stew will make a huge comeback and end up winning this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Could be Millennial Falcons, could be Ramen Stew. It's still super early to know for sure, but I'm still super hyped to watch this.
All right, so in 3 seconds, the walls will come down, and the game is on.
Here we go.
All right, so this is the 7th round of the game. And for everyone at home, it is first to 13 round wins is how you win a match. So right now, Millennial Falcons are up 5-1. Ramen has time, but they are not in an ideal spot. So they're slow playing at this time, John.
Yes, and I feel like this is going to be a win just because of how they're playing the game. Like you said, they're slow pushing. They're playing super strategic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's definitely going to work to their advantage this time.
Yeah, they are rotating back to A now, it looks like.
They're covering their angles really well, too, this round.
It's still 3-3. Oh, no, it's 2-3. So now they're at a disadvantage.
Last player standing.
Enemy killed.
Ooh,
wow.
nice.
1-2. Let's see if we can. They're not going to put the bomb down. Just going to ult and try and take out. Not holding the bomb anyway, it looks like.
Ooh, boy.
So giving up on trying to get the arm.
30 seconds left.
Just trying to eliminate. Down they go. So that was a pretty tough spot because Ramen Stew, that member, did not have the bomb, and you know, they were in a spot where they were just trying to eliminate the two members of Millennial that were left to try and get the round win.
At that point, it was really just about who can eliminate who first instead of who can get the spike down, you know?
Exactly.
I feel like he played that very well, but it's unfortunate that he died, but still think that was a pretty good tactic to use.
Hey man, you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
Exactly. Like I said, full send or no send, you know?
Alright, so trying to plow through A main again. And then we got Trixie gonna loop around the backside. Oh, no, stay here. Ooh. Goes down.
Cover going out.
And Millennial Falcons are just destroying it right now.
They are composed, collected, and cool as a cucumber. Yeah, they've really had some really flawless play.
And definitely some impressive gameplay for sure.
Last player standing.
Ooh.
Man. Alright, so who do we have left? The, is it Cypher? Cypher with the spike. Almost no health, though. 23 hit points is all Chicken 01 or 319's got to his name.
Full team versus one. This is going to be really interesting to see. I want to see how he
30
plays this
seconds
out.
left.
Doing exactly what I would probably do. Try and save economy here, right?
Yep.
So hoping that someone's just going to walk around the corner and light him up.
Yep.
Looks like there's no one really around. So, and for everyone wondering at home, we are on a 60-second stream delay. So if anyone was trying to, you know, use our stream as an advantage, not going to happen. 60 seconds delayed. So someone could watch, but they would see the previous round, basically. And it looks like Chicken's going to walk away with his weapon here. So that's good. Does not have to spend the resources to rebuy the Phantom. The Phantom's a great gun, by the way. It's one of the more expensive guns. So do you like the Vandal or the Phantom?
Personally, I'm a bigger fan of the Phantom.
Yep.
I just like the way that it's laid out. Personal favorite. I don't know. Everybody has their own, but I like the Phantom for sure.
You know, they're both kind of similar to the M4 and the AK in
Snuff them out.
CS.
CS.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with that, and I guess that's probably why I like him, is because I'm a really big fan of the AK, and I also really like the AWP in CS. That's probably my weapon of choice if I'm playing comp.
Yeah, the AWP's super fun. They have a comparable weapon in this game too. What's it called in this one? The sniper? I forget. But it's a one-hit body shot too, I believe.
You should run.
I think it's also called the op in this game. It's the operator.
Operator.
Yes.
Alright. 3 alive for Ramen Stew. 4 alive for Millennial Falcons. AJ is not following. Thank you, AJ.
Last player standing.
Alright, Trixie taking down someone. 2v1 here. 47 seconds. She's got plenty of time. Has the bomb. Playing it slow and careful. Oh, exposed. Oh, man. So just before she got into that little chamber in there, she was visibly seen by the defender up in that window, up in B window.
And it really, again, just like that, it really depends on what angle you're holding, because they had a really good angle. They were able to get her before she got into that storage container thing.
She was doing a good job minimizing noise, right?
Definitely.
You gotta be sneaky. Sneaky deaky-like.
Pretty sure that was a crouch walk. It's a very effective way to move stealthily.
Alright, so Ramen, definitely not ideal. Ooh, man, that was a big visibility. So of a dart right there. Could tell everyone's A main. Probably letting his teammates know, hey, A main. Alright, so we're watching Tiki07. Thanks for the follow. So we're at B link here, watching Trixie. And jumped over to Love over at A site. Good corner here.
One enemy
There's a
remaining.
headshot. All right, Jack has got the plant. What's Poppin's now hosting with 1 stream viewer. Good job. Thank you, What's Poppin', for hosting our stream. All right, so what we just saw right there with the distraction of What's Poppin' sharing our stream. Thank you, What's Poppin'. Ramen Stew took the round. Yeah, Ramen Stew took that round. John, we got 2-8 here.
This is... I still think Ramen could pull this around. I feel like if they can get their heads in the game and...
Yeah, and they may... So sometimes people say on paper, like, hey, this is a heavy defensive map, this is a heavy offensive map, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's how the teams play, right? Like, some teams are better at defense, some teams are better at offense.
And it also does really depend on the map, too. Because some, like we were talking about earlier, a lot of games, some of their maps revolve around defense versus offense.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Ramen could definitely bring this around at the turning point, depending on how they use this map to their advantages.
Ooh,
No charges.
so only 3 members alive for Ramen.
They'll have almost a full team for more.
I think their bomb carrier is down, though, unfortunately. So they're going to have to go back. Oh, man, another headshot. That was a only the tip with dome was visible right there, and got a headshot.
Very good aim, though, for sure.
Pretty sick memes here in the chat. What do we got here? AJ.
30 seconds left.
Hey, we got a 2-2 right now. All right, Ramen.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Both the same champion. Who plays this champion better? Holding my breath here. 14 seconds.
Placing swarm grenade. 10 seconds left.
Alright, so we got Love is forced to make a move here as they are on offense. Ah, the defenders win. Had no idea that they were that close. We, as the observers,
Last round
now
before
they
the
just
switch.
lost the economy right there. As the observers, we can see through the wall right there. We can see just 2 more steps and they may have been able to win the round.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my chair right there. That was an intense moment.
Alright, so this is the last round before the swap. And what do we do on the last round before the swap?
I say a hard push towards A site.
And spend all them pennies, right?
Yes. It's all or nothing right here, like you said earlier. You gotta just push hard and do what you can.
You will not kill my allies.
Okay, so we got an... Oh, well, I was going to say that we got a res on Ramen Stew, but then immediate death.
One enemy remaining.
Only one. For watching Cajun right there, and there's a flawless.
That was a flawless for a millennial. That was...
Okay, so unlike
Switching sides.
The last match we watched where it was 12-0, it's 10-2. So, you know, Ramen, they got their work. They got a lot of work in front of it. But, you know, they could be a defensive team, you know?
Yes, I feel like they shouldn't let the first half of the match bring them down. I feel like if they just stay focused and really put their head in the game, they can definitely pull this around and take a win. But it's really just going to depend on how they play in these following few matches here.
Yeah, the pistol round's critical too because they need an early advantage. They can't afford to lose the pistol round.
If they start strong, most of the time they will be able to finish pretty strong.
Mm-hmm.
They just have to carry through the entire rest of the game.
Instantly sneaking right off the bat. No one's making any noise.
A lot of shift walking going on here.
Oh, no. Dome shot. So that was Ramen Stew with first blood. But now another one of their members is down. 2 of their members are down. We've got 4-3. Oh, a little collision right there. 3-3.
Spike planted.
All right, Millennial gets the spikes
enemy
down.
remaining.
But they only have 1 member alive. And we're watching Diffused right now, the last member of Millennial Falcons. trying to down they go. So Ramen has to go find the bomb and disarm it, which they are currently doing. You know, with how these rounds have been going, this is one of the first disarms we've seen.
Yeah, it is.
Almost all these rounds have been just wipes.
And a very strong start for Ramen.
This is exactly what they needed.
Yes. Like you said, that pistol round is critical. And they definitely pulled through and got the win for that round. That's huge for them.
Alright, so we see Love posting up in B, up in the window, coming back down to site. So B, I like B just in general. Man, B is one of my favorite ones to push or to defend. I think it's just a good. This map's just well built, you know.
I agree. Yeah, I like B just because there's so many different ways that you could push into it. If you are really organized, you could push from 2 or 3 different entrances and really just rain fire on them.
And you get a backup plan, the portal.
Exactly.
Oh no!
Oh.
Look at Millennial Falcons walked into
just got mowed.
Jack just mowed him down.
One enemy remaining.
Beautiful headshot. Oh my goodness.
What a round by Ramen
Wow.
Alright, so we did our scouting report did show that Ramen Stew was a late game team.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're definitely showing it right now. That was a very, very quick round.
Similar to how a wonderful pot of ramen takes a while to mature and become delicious. This team is doing exactly that.
A good analogy.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Almost as good at flossing as my analogies. Metaphors. Alright, so we are looking at round 15 right now. And already a member down from Ramen Stew. We're watching the camera of Cypher right now. Alright. Who we got now? Chicken running around. Oh, there's a good kill. Bomb going down. Millennial Falcons planting on A site. Now they have 4 members that need to defend it against only 2 members of Ramen Stew to try and wipe them out and disarm the bomb. So definitely not easy, but they got 1 kill, so that's a good start.
Player standing.
Oh. Now it comes down to this Cypher.
Oh my goodness. Woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah. So not much.
1 enemy remaining.
There's 2.
Nice.
Only 1 left. He's got to be going for. There's some utility by the bomb, but he's got to try and defend it. There's too much utility by the bomb.
Ouch.
Down he goes. Wow.
A very close round.
I was wondering why I diffused his way over here on the corner. Plenty of bombs planted. So it's very difficult when you're in the moment and you're like, I gotta get the bomb. Do not check the corners. There's some trip mines that you can shoot, right? Or if you can trip them, you can run away. But simply not enough time to close the deal right there.
And in the heat of the moment right there, it's really just you start panicking, and then you're like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do?
And people classically jump and,
try to, yeah. Yep.
It's called the panic. Hit all the buttons.
Yep. Just like a spray and pray.
Alright, so Cajun sitting here with the operator.
Really, really good angle right there. Yeah, that's kind of like an angle you would want to hold in Counter-Strike. Kind of right between where you can see down and you have the high ground.
Alright, we got some heavy rotations here. Over to B.
Oh, my
man.
One
Ramen
enemy
answered
remaining.
the rotation.
Spike
And now there's only
planted.
1 enemy. Oh, couldn't even no-scope!
Oh my gosh. Alright, here we go with, all I have to do at this point is just do a defuse.
Defuse, yeah. So if I'm Cajun, I'm thanking my teammate because I'm out of ammo and just
trying to run around, avoid getting absolutely destroyed.
And then his teammate popped him.
Yep.
Popped the opponent so he did not have to die and got to keep his very expensive sniper.
Good teamwork right there.
We'll call it teamwork. I don't know if it was just reaction, pure reaction, but I think it was teamwork.
It was either reaction, teamwork, or he just wanted to kill for himself.
All right, so 5-11. So we've seen Ramen. So holding tab here, we've got 3 wins and only 1 loss for Ramen Stew as defenders, as the last 5 rounds. So that's pretty good. Thanks for that tab hold. Alright, so the match is live. And where are we pushing this time? Looks like slow playing, see what happens. We got a couple people pushing on B. And we got someone sneaking around A. Oh, look at that.
Goodness.
Great headshot. Too much crossfire right there. So who actually has the bomb?
Last player standing.
That ask question, get answer. They're dead.
All Ramen has to do is sit on that bomb and make sure that this last player on Millennial doesn't get a hold of it. And
So Vile Shrew saw an opponent, ran away, because they probably told him.
Oh, man.
oh my goodness.
Only 11 health. See, no.
Oh man.
Yep, valiant effort. Alright, so that's some, is that some momentum we see from Ramen Sue?
I would say so. I mean, going from a, what was it, a 10-2 to a
11-6.
11-6.
Would you say, John, the walk is heating up?
Yes. This is definitely putting me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, for everyone at home, a walk can make ramen, right?
I just am curious to see if they can carry this momentum throughout the rest of the game. Because right now, they're on a very big win streak right now. If they can keep this up, they've got the game won.
So if they keep playing smart like that, I agree. What they need is to just not get reckless.
Yes, they know they cannot get overconfident right now, because that can and will cost them the game.
Alright, ice wall down now. Trying to pop up into heaven. Oh,
my
that shot.
goodness.
Alright. Oh. Man, lots of action. A.
One enemy remaining.
That was a nice crouch shot too, right?
2v1.
Ramen Stew still in a good position here. Only one member of Millennial left. And we're watching Risk It All right now. And 30 health is not much. With those arrows flying, Ramen knows exactly where Risk It All is. So he's walking into a difficult spot here. Also, not holding the bomb, so he's at a very severe disadvantage.
30 seconds left.
I have the spike.
Just picked up the spike. Immediately went down.
Wow.
So look at that, 7-11. We got quite the match here.
Yes. Told you, it's anybody's game, and Ramen Stew has definitely proven that with such a rough start.
And it's clear that they are better as a team at defending.
Definitely.
And they're not being reckless. They're doing a pretty good job paying attention to their surroundings and reacting and pivoting and switching from A to B or B to A if needed.
Now, as long as they can stay, or if they can keep carrying this momentum and keep playing as smart as they are, I feel like this is a win for Ramen, but anything could happen.
You are correct. All right, so looks like another slow play here. So Millennial, you know, they we've seen a lot of these guys. They've done slow plays, they've rushed, but we know they can do it. We know they've definitely got the skills, right? They have the most round wins out of anyone. Completely wiping. Well, actually, no, they lost one round against Blood Rose. That epic, the round to be heard around the world. Okay, so just like that, Ramen Stew up 4-2.
Shadows traveling.
They do have the bomb this time, though, which is good.
Hi, Narwhal. How are you?
They need a light speed jump ahead. They do. Millennial Falcon, even though it looks like they're in the lead, they are
30 seconds
on a
left.
slippery slope right now.
Yes.
Momentum-wise.
Last player standing.
All right, it comes down to Risk It All.
Do you think he has the clutch, or do you think it's a...
Well, it looks like a save round because he's holding a pistol.
Yep.
And let's see if he can pick up a weapon. He only has 13 seconds. Really, all he can afford to do
10
is
seconds
just try and
left.
get a pick and then just back up. He shouldn't even walk in here.
Yeah, that was... Probably not the brightest idea, but
Well, they're still up 11-8. So what looked like a bleak outlook for Ramen Stew has now become their Cinderella story, as they have been crawling their way back up. And in 15 seconds, we're going to see the next round begin. And we really need to see Millennial Falcons shake it up, because what they've been trying is not working.
yeah. I feel like when Ramen started making a huge comeback, they kind of started losing confidence in themselves. And it's really that confidence that can make or break a game.
It can. If your head's in the clouds, you're gonna have a bad time.
And you lose focus, and then you miss your shots, and just turns into an entire mess. But
all right, so we've got another slow play. Millennial, they're true to their skills. They know that they've got good.
You should run.
Instead of trying to pull something risky, they know that they're just looking for picks. One of their members goes down, but they're continuing to push B, as a lot of utilities come down. And so is the bomb.
Revealing area.
And they just got planted. They only have 2 members to defend it, though. Well, one goes down for Ronnie. 2 go down. OG Chaboy is now following. Thank you. We got a 2v1 here. And there is a clutch. Look at that.
Wow.
Double kill.
Wow.
Match point.
Wow. So Millennial Falcon says, you know what? Enough with this momentum. Specifically, Risk It All says, I'm risking it all. To quote his name.
Yep. And it is match point, so Ramen Stew is on the chopping block. They've really got to pull it together, and
yeah, hold tab here, Mayor.
If they want a chance at winning this.
You tab for a second, Mayor? Or yeah, so that was, there's only 2 round wins so far this for the Millennial Falcons. But you're good, we can go back. Everyone's full strength on equipment and weapons. Ooh. That was clear.
Pretty nasty shot there right at the beginning.
Yeah, but didn't take anyone down, just a lot of damage onto Soda.
All the way down to 37.
Mm-hmm.
Swarm grenade out.
Down goes one member of Ramen.
Carrier is dead.
So just gonna hold her.
Wow!
Look at that! What?
Oh my gosh!
I was about to say we got a pretty close round, and then bam, 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 bam.
Wow.
The dominoes fell. Holy cow! So great defense right there by Ramen.
Yes. A really good turnaround for the end of that match right there.
So Millennial, they keep sticking with what they know, which is slow pushing.
Mm-hmm.
And Ramen said, you know what, we know how to hold, and we know how to not break formation. Yep. And they showed them.
Yep.
All right, so another potential match point for Millennial Falcons, but with that loss, they are not at full strength on their buys. Let's watch the attackers. Let's switch over to a red member.
Yep.
Here we go. We got the Fuse, who's just picked up the bomb, the spike, and looks like they're making a B push.
Yeah, they will be hurting a little bit though with not getting a good amount of income there. Like a majority of them they are using pistols.
All right, some warning shots here, fired into B. So no one's rotated yet from A, just in case this is a fake. But we've got almost all in on B for Millennial Falcons.
Oh,
look at that go. Oh, they almost got sniped. They're in dangerous territory. Wow. Look at these narrow misses from this sniper. All right.
Man, it turned into a hard push there. Wow.
One enemy remaining.
Spike plan.
Ramen. Down they go.
Wow.
Match over. Round, game, set, everything. That was crazy. John, that was nuts.
What an ending.
Man, that was a nail biter too. Ramen, the Cinderella story came a little bit short, but holy cow. So Risk It All up at the top. The Mr. Top Frag here, 26 kills, 13 deaths, 6 assists, involved with almost everything. Diffuse did very well as well. Great job, Millennial Falcons taking home the cake, and they're gonna have ramen tonight. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching at home. We're going to make a sick YouTube clip. clip with all the excellent action you saw tonight, and we're going to stick it up on our page here in a little bit. We're gonna end with a couple comments. First of all, like us, follow us, Instagram, Facebook, Connect Esports. All right, we want to have more events like this. We're a part of the Dayton community. We love Downtown Dayton. We love everything about this, and we're happy to be here for the future.
Definitely. And again, thank you so much for having me. I had so much fun, and like he said, definitely come down here. I mean, this place is awesome. You will definitely not be bored at all. So
wait a minute, what happens if we come down in March? Is there a video about that? Is there?
Pandemic got you down?
Yeah.
Do you like video games?
Yeah.
Well, do I have the solution for you?
Tell me more. Come on down to Connect Esports and play on our epic gaming systems.
Wow. Enjoy over 30 games on top-of-the-line PCs, Xboxes, or our Nintendo Switch.
Welcome to Connect Esports. Any new customer in March will receive a free hour. Wow!
All right, you heard it right there, everyone. All right, so make a new account. You get a free hour in March. Very excited to see a bunch of new faces down here and play a bunch of sick games. So thanks again, everyone, for watching, everyone here that was playing Blood Rose, and thanks, John, for commentating.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank
Happy
you,
to be
Mary, up
here.
in the booth. And then congratulations to Millennial Falcons. So tune in next time. Take it easy.